On 5B, we're still looking at Le Chatelier's principle. This time we are looking at changes in temperature. So either increasing or decreasing temperature. For that, it's super important to know whether it's endo or exothermic. And the other thing to remember is that changing the temperature is the only thing that changes the value of K. A really common question that you'll see it in free response that kind of trips things up. As it shifts this way or that, what happens to K? It is only affected when we are changing the temperature. So when we're given a reaction, we have to have some way to know whether it's endo or exo. Because it's positive here, that means it's endothermic. We can therefore think of heat as coming in or as a reactant. If I put in more heat, that's just like putting in more of anything else in my reaction. I now have too much of the stuff on the left. The reaction therefore shifts right to consume that extra heat. Or we could think about this endothermic, which need to absorb heat, become more favorable the higher the temperature that is. It is more favorable for them to absorb that energy. In consuming that extra heat, we have produced more NO, our numerator. We have consumed N2 and O2, our denominator. So in that case, our K actually goes up, and we have a higher value of K when we're in equilibrium. You could also see this problem where it would tell you that the K goes up or goes down at a high or low temperature, so a different format, and ask if it's endo or exothermic. So in this case down here, it's kind of the same as above, but it's exothermic. Exothermic means heat is a product, therefore increasing the temperature is like adding more heat. Adding more heat causes it to shift away from or to consume the thing that we now have extra of. Heat is on the product side. At that higher temperature, the exothermic thing will become less favorable. The reverse endothermic process becomes more favorable. So that's why it shifts left. With that, we have fewer products, the numerator, more reactants on the denominator. So we have a smaller value of K. And once again, like if we wanted to predict this, if it said making it hotter shifted left, we would think, well, that means heat must be on the right. Therefore, when heat is on the right, that's our evidence that it's exothermic. So the cause and effect or the explanation can really go either way on this, in multiple choice and in free response, remembering that not only do we shift, but we also change the value of K only when the temperature changes.